Oh, lordy, lordy, lordy. Welcome back, everyone, to the corner. I'm the DM as always, and today we got patch 0.1.1. Probably going to be the biggest patch so far for Path of Exile 2. This is going to be one of the first major patches. I'm expecting a lot of balance overhauls. I'm expecting energy shield nerfs. I'm expecting some buffs to the lower popularity skills. I'm honestly expecting some nerfs to some of the skills as well. I am hoping and praying for some life or armor changes in the positive direction, but I don't know what's in store. Let's go ahead and jump into it. See
I'm
what Jonathan
Rogers,
has
game director
in store
on
for
Path of
us.
Exile 2. Well, we're back from our break. We've been playing the game a whole lot, and we've been reading a whole lot of feedback as well.
I hope so. Please address the minion AI. Please address minion AI. That shit has been broken since the start.
Without needing to create a new league or a new economy just yet. In this video, we'll be going over some of the issues we've identified and what we're planning on doing about them. It's worth stressing that just because a specific issue isn't on this list doesn't mean that we're not aware of it or that it isn't going to get addressed. It just means that we either can't fix the problem quickly or we can't do so without the need for a new economy. One of the major areas that needs a lot of attention is the base experience.
That's interesting.
A lot of changes here. First, in-game maps have received a balance pass to the number of monsters, number of chests, number of magical rare monsters, number of essences, strongboxes, and precursor artifacts. You should generally find maps more rewarding than before.
That's good because the number of essences on a map are like fucking. They're almost non-existent. I've seen people who have like over 100 hours in the in-game alone and have like maybe 6 or 7 essences to show for it.
Maps generally specialize in one or more of these elements that they will be particularly rewarding in. Now, towers are a thing that's very important for players to run often, but we only had one of them. We wanted to add more variety here as soon as possible, so we've added 4 more tower maps. Alpine Ridge, Sinking Spire.
Some more variety. Good. Variety is the spice of life.
And Mesa. We've also redone the existing Lost Towers map to make playing there less boring. We're now also spawning more maps with bosses. The rate was
yes!
1 in 4 maps, but in reality the rate was much lower due to some maps being unable to spawn bosses. We've increased the rate to compensate for this issue so that we can get the actually intended rate.
Yes! Finally! We're gonna be able to actually maybe focus on bosses. Maybe. We'll see.
We're also adding a new type of tablet that allows you to add bosses to your maps with its own mod pool.
Yes!
Strongboxes also needed some love.
Good.
Now spawn monsters faster, have a less annoying fog effect, and have also received changes to the timings and effects of the mods on them. Now, let's talk about visibility of effects. Many maps had too much clutter, preventing effects on the ground from rendering, causing you to be unable to see and dodge them. We've both changed the level of clutter on some maps and changed some effects to make sure that they are always visible. In addition, elemental explosion effects have had visibility improved. Stick around for longer before they explode, and disappear without exploding if a rare monster dies.
Oh my god! Oh my god, that is so fucking huge! That is so good! That means that if you kill a rare monster, you won't have to sit there and stand away from it for like 5-10 seconds to make sure you're not just gonna fucking randomly die. Oh my god! What was that?
Way easy to see before they explode.
Good.
Now we've also increased the zoom level.
There are so many ground effects that I've just been randomly killed to, and it's so frustratingly and like not even just annoying. It's so it makes me so angry when I just take a huge chunk of damage for like seemingly no reason. It's one of my biggest gripes with Path of Exile 1 is there are so many things that you just can't see.
On the Atlas, done a pass on various terrain terrain collision issues in many maps. We've also improved the load times of opening the world map and atlas panel. And we also now show the biome of a map on the hover for it.
Good.
For other in-game content systems, we're focusing on getting all the rewards in line with what they should be. For Delirium, we recently fixed a bug which caused Delirium monsters to just not spawn after the starting part. And we've also buffed the rate of simulacrums dropping by 20% to make it more in line with the rate of finding the Expedition and Ritual bosses. For Ritual, we've made Omens now appear in the Ritual Tribute window 60% more often. For Expedition, we've improved the rarity from the shops, but we'll be wanting to make some more substantial changes to the rewards for this league later on. Now, one of the major concerns that we're often...
They didn't talk about Essence Splinters. They did not talk about Splinters for the Essence. Oh my god. I hope that they are buffing Splinters, because either that or nerfing the amount that you need.
Seeing is that getting to play Pinnacle
Actually, it might be
takes
here
too long.
in Pinnacle
And
content.
when you do finally get there, you only get one attempt and don't get a chance to learn the boss. In order to address these concerns, we're making the following changes. First, we're making the Citadel spawn closer to the center of the Atlas, and we've also added an effect so you can see them in the fog of war from further away. This makes them much easier to find.
Fucking
To address
finally.
the problem of only having one attempt, on the Arbiter of Ash you will now get up to 6 respawn attempts. Respawns can only be triggered by the person who put in the keys, and everyone in your party will be respawned at the same time. Leaving the map still forfeits your attempt, so you'll still need to fight the boss with the build you walked into the map with.
That's fine. That's fine. That's good.
Okay. The mechanics of the fight by then, right?
Okay, that's good. Yeah, that's totally fine. Making lower level or lower tier attempts give you more, up to 6. This is great. In fact, if I remember correctly, this is something that Jazz was talking about. It's like making it 6 by default and then giving you less with the higher the tier of the boss. Now, there might have been other people that have said it too. Jazz is just the first one that comes to mind.
Now, we'll also be adding respawns to other Pinnacle content as well over time. Another thing that players have noticed is that there are less keys from Faradin Citadels on the market, and thought that it was because the Citadel spawns less often. It turns out though that this is just because the boss kills players more often than the others. We've made a few changes to that boss to bring it in line with the other bosses. A lot of people have reported that many of our unique items are feeling underwhelming. Uniques are often designed for build enabling at high levels, even if they're low level uniques. But we realize that we do need to make sure that more uniques feel powerful when you first get them at low levels too. In this patch, we are buffing a lot of uniques.
Hold up. So, right away I'm noticing these two are armors. This one is an armor. So let's see. Way more armor. Or at least you can have more armor on it. 1 less intelligence. You get elemental resistances. Okay. Armor applies to elemental damage. This is actually a pretty decent one now. Let's see. Way more life. Higher stun threshold. And you cannot evade enemy attacks. That's fine. Melee physical damage taken reflected to attacker. And regenerate HP faster while surrounded. That's good. Let's see. This one, double stun. Higher strength. Higher physical damage. Lower accuracy, a higher added physical damage, reduced attack speed. Let's see. It gets you more energy shield and lower cast speed, lower cast speed and more intelligence. Looks like actually lower armor here, higher chance to inflict bleeding. And lower thorns. Okay, so this is about bleed builds then. Okay, yeah.
These changes should make finding uniques at lower levels a lot more fun.
Okay, these are good.
And make subsequent character play.
Let's see. Evasion. We have these. Okay, I'm just kind of skimming through them at the moment. Oh my god, this is like twice the amount of armor. Increased armor. That is massive. Way more increased strength. That's huge. That's so fucking huge. Let's see. Elemental damage and elemental damage converted. Okay. So these are just higher amounts. Oh no, they removed the resistances on these. And you just gain extra elemental damage.
Is more fun too when you have some great units
Okay.
to use.
So far,
Also changing a
those
few
look
other
pretty
things,
good.
Finding rares better at higher levels too. First, we're changing mod weightings a bit to make sure that there are less bad mods. Another fix is making high tier items no longer cull the highest tier modifier of a given mod type. This bug caused bows and crossbows to not spawn with attack speed at tier 5 rarity, and rings to not spawn with life at tier 5 rarity. Another change we're making is to make it so that socketables such as runes
Yes! 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 Finally!
can now be overwritten with another socketable. Now, as we
Oh my god, yes! Hang on. I gotta... Oh my god.
continue
That
to
is
play,
huge.
we still
That
find
is
many
so
battles and voids
massive.
with specific monsters or bosses that can be nasty if you encounter them. This patch contains a pass adjusting a large number of those monsters and bosses. We'll save the full list for the patch notes, but there are a significant number of changes here that should address many cases where monsters or bosses felt too hard in certain circumstances. Here are a few examples to get a taste of what kind of changes you can expect. The Silver Fist Commander roll now does a lot less damage. Plague Bearers Detonate Dead can no longer be used from off-screen and has better telegraphing.
Oh my god, yes! Ah! Ah, I think I'm gonna come. Holy shit. That was one of the most annoying fucking things in the world, is having something just use a spell or ability from off fucking screen and just killing you. And there's literally no counterplay, nothing you can do, no way to fucking tell it's about to happen. Ah!
Forsaken Miners throw less grenades, have improved visuals, and deal less damage. And Lost
I'm gonna be honest, these
Miners throw
don't
less
look like
grenades,
improved
have improved
visuals.
visuals, and deal less damage.
Like, this doesn't look like improved visual. Like, you could still barely see these. Like, you could see them better over here because there's, like, a shadow. But, like, these, you can't fucking see them. Why is the AoE on these not just, like, a solid ring at the very edge, like all the fucking other ones that spawn around rare mobs? They absolutely fucking should be.
And Lost Men Zealots can no longer meteor you from off-screen either, as well as many other changes just like those. One of the big issues
Oh,
on consoles
finally.
is the based item filter system is currently not working. This means that they can't use item filters like the PC users can. For 0.1.1, we'll be enabling the same system that PoE 1 has, which allows you to subscribe to item filters on the website. For now, this will be done on the PoE 1 website to allow us to get this feature out as fast as possible. Later on, we'll
Good.
improve the user experience of this and put it on the Path of Exile 2 website.
Good. Good.
This patch also contains a bunch of
That's
other
so
changes
good.
and bug fixes that I'm sure you guys will appreciate, like buffing armor and scavenged plating.
Yes!
Showing the
Oh my god, yes! Buff armor!
number of uses left in your charms, as well as an effect when they trigger.
The Song of the Exiles.
Fixing the music that Una was supposed to play in town.
Oh my, that's so good, because I remember at the start of my playthrough, I had to go and find the fucking song on YouTube in order to get it to play, because it wouldn't play with Una.
And plenty of other little fixes and improvements throughout the game. Now, we have a huge amount of
Oh
much
my
more changes
god.
that we know we want to make. And one of the best things about having the game in early access with the endgame is that we now have a much better idea of where we want character power to be and what the balance of bosses and monsters should be relative to that. But those types of changes are going to have to wait until we are ready to make a new league with a new economy for people to play in. That's still a little while away yet, but in the meantime we'll be continuing to identify things that are causing frustration and try and address them. I want to thank you guys for playing.
Oh my
Hope to be talking about this in the
god!
future. Later.
Yes! Holy shit! There are so many fucking good things coming. That is so huge. A buff to armor is probably the most important thing that I can think of out of this patch. That is fucking huge. Oh my god. GGG is listening, as always. Thank you so much, GGG. Thank you for finding it. I hope the only thing that they didn't outright state here that I hope they're fixing is the fucking minion AI. That shit is so infuriating. Oh my god. Yes, this patch is massive. I'm so glad. I'm so happy. I cannot wait for the full patch notes to come out. I can't wait for this patch to come out. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for being here. I've been Neem as always. If you liked the video, hit like and subscribe. If you didn't like the video, hit the dislike, leave a comment. Let me know why D4 has better patches or something. I don't know. Toodles. Bye.